for very hyped, popular mainstream fragrances. Which one was my absolute favorite? Which one was I pleasantly surprised by? Which one do I think is lovely but quite boring and nothing new? And which one do I think was extremely overhyped? Welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia. I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, rankings, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, so you've already seen in my thumbnail the 4 fragrances I'm going to be talking about today. Let me go ahead and grab them for you guys. So we have the Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. We have the Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar. We have the Dolce & Gabbana Born in Roma Green Extravaganza. And then we also have Forvr Moods Hard to Get by Jackie Aina. All 4 of these have been seen in some sort of capacity, well, all to a great capacity in the recent weeks here. And obviously you guys can see I have little travel sizes of these, so I've been testing them out. I definitely have some opinions, maybe some not popular opinions, maybe some people might be mad at me for, but remember, fragrance is all subjective, and my goal with this video is not to convince someone that they are wrong about their opinion. It is to give a diverse, review out there, that when you see all glowing reviews only, and sometimes you feel like you're crazy, you're not the only one. So let's go ahead and get into these. I do have those 4 categories I mentioned in the intro, and I'm curious which ones you guys think belong in which. So in a sense, this is a ranking because I feel like we have at the bottom will be the one I think is extremely overhyped. Then next at number 3 is going to be the one that is, it's lovely, it's fine, but it is nothing new, nothing exciting. Maybe there's a lot of other fragrances like it out there. Then at number 2, we're gonna have the one that surprised me, that it's better than I was imagining. And then we have a number 1 that I just think is great, maybe met my expectations, maybe exceeded them, but I just love it. So let's go ahead and start with that bottom one at number 4. And this is gonna ruffle maybe some feathers out there. I say that, but I think some people really, really appreciate this point of view. At number 4, my one that I think is extremely overrated, that I'm very, very disappointed by, is our Kayali Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. Now here's where this first went wrong for me, before we even got to me smelling this really, I think. And that is in the marketing of this fragrance. Now, it's genius looking. It is eye-catching. It was tantalizing to the senses of what you can imagine that this would smell like. I mean, brilliant marketing. Everyone always gets really excited for Kayali no matter what. And it just made it seem like this was going to be the most delectably sweet, girly, kind of nostalgic to the rock candy, sugary, fun, kind of like peppy, sweet fragrance. And at first, I definitely fell into that trap. I was very, very excited, and I was like, oh, I am buying that. That is a blind buy, full size for me, the way this is being marketed. And then I tried to avoid most of the reviews on this, and I was seeing some people were getting it in PR. I was trying to avoid it just because I wanted to make up my own mind, my own opinion. Inevitably, I saw a couple of things come out. The first couple of reviews were glowing. The people who got it in PR, just absolutely glowing. Then I happened to stumble upon someone's review who didn't get it in PR, but I guess there was some sort of leak or something or a glitch where it was available before it was supposed to be. And when I started hearing some of the thoughts about it, they weren't even negative. It's just the way it was being described. I thought, well, that's not really how I imagined this fragrance would be. I started to lower my expectations significantly. And by the time that I did decide to purchase this at launch, I decided to get a mini travel size, not the full size like I thought I was going to. And then I started telling myself, I'm not gonna like this fragrance as much as I thought. Like, I don't know if this fragrance is going to be as it was advertised. Now, the notes that these were advertised, by the way, I'm actually gonna read the Fragrantica, which I think has some extra notes in there that weren't advertised, but let me read to you guys what it is. I'm kind of gonna look over here. Vanilla, pear, marshmallow, rum. I don't think they listed rum. I may be wrong in like the promotions for this, but I think it is in there. Violet leaves, ylang ylang, bubblegum, jelly bean, jasmine caramel, sugar patchouli, vetiver, cashmere wood, tonka, and sandalwood. So I started to think, all right, maybe this isn't going to be what I thought. And I thought, all right, by the time I get this, I'm not going to be disappointed. I'm going to think it's not going to be that good. And then I'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay. Again, let me just say, before I get into it, if you love this fragrance, I'm so happy. But I have a theory about this fragrance. And that is, I think that this is one of those that if you love it, it doesn't mean you're lying. It doesn't mean you're full of crap. It doesn't mean that you're wrong. I think you smell something completely different from what I smell and what I've seen now after I made my opinions. I went on Fragrantica, saw so many get the same thing I was getting from it. So I think you guys don't smell what I smell, and I think I don't smell what you smell. Not all fragrances do that. It's either like we all smell the same thing, but it's not really our preference, or it is. Or sometimes certain fragrances, you're anosmic to it, as in you can't smell certain notes that other people can smell. So let me tell you what I smell in this fragrance. And it's gonna be a little harsh, okay? Immediately when I sprayed it, I was like, oh, no, 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 no. I got such a dirty, garbage, literal garbage patchouli right out the gate with this. And if you've been watching my videos some and you know my thoughts on patchouli, is that in some cases, it can be a good thing. There are certain patchoulis and fragrances that can smell to my nose like a dirty baby diaper or dirty trash, or it can just kind of smell kind of earthy, dirty head shop for me. And this, unfortunately, is one of those that on my skin, and even when I just spray it, I get the garbage patchouli. Then very quickly after, I was like, oh, I get the bubble gum, but it's not like a fun, young, girly, like Cyndi Lauper, bubble girls just want to have fun bubblegum. It is like when you open up, you know, like the little cheapy bubblegum wrapper, you know what I'm talking about, that's always hard by the time you get it. And this is what I told to my friends. So I'm just gonna, you guys are my friends, I'm gonna tell you. It is like I'm opening up the bubblegum and say I'm a 3-year-old that doesn't know better. And I drop it in a trash that is full of like several-day-year-old garbage, like rotten banana peels, milk, nasty stuff. And I'm like a 3-year-old going like, oh no, I want my bubble gum. And I'm like searching in the trash and I'm like trying to sniff, like I kind of smell bubble gum, but I smell all this garbage. That is what this smells like to me. Now, I told some friends this and who love it, and they were just like, what? That's crazy. Because what they got from this was like sweet, easy, no patchouli. They didn't smell any patchouli. They got like light, fluffy. They got some pear. I saw some saying it's really fruity and juicy. Okay. Also to me, this spray is patchouli can be a very heavy and like more of a cold weather fragrance or note. So I was like, this is not a spring summer release at all. This is a winter fall release. Still smells like garbage. I don't want to wear it, but it is not spring summer friendly whatsoever. But to them, they get this light, fluffy, fun scent out of it. And for a minute, I did think my friends were lying. I did. I will admit it. I thought they are lying. They don't want to say something bad about this fragrance. Everyone that's been getting it at PR is lying. But then that's when I went online, started reading in Fragrantica, sorry. Sometimes I say it like Fragrantica because I'm from Texas and I forget to say Fragrantica. And when I was reading the reviews, I realized that half the people get exactly what I get out of this. I also thought black opium, I get the same thing. And I know a lot of people love black opium. I get garbage baby poop diaper, a couple days old, out of black opium. Not La Perfume, but the original black opium. I'm not a fan of La Vie Belle by Lancome at all. I also get kind of more of a sugary baby diaper out of that one. I saw a bunch of people comparing, saying, a lot of people are saying this smells like La Belle and Jean Paul Gaultier. I've actually never smelled that, so I don't know. But I did see a bunch of people saying La Vie Belle from Lancome as well. So I have decided this is one of those, it's my dog, sees someone outside and she wants to kill them. I decided this is just one of those fragrances that it is not a safe blind buy. You are either going to get all the goodness out of it that they list and think this is amazing. And I love that for you. I do believe you now that that is what you smell. I don't think you're lying. Or you're going to be like me and some of the unfortunate others that get all these terrible notes out of this. So in conclusion, this, in my opinion, is the most overhyped fragrance because I think the people who hate this are not talking about it, or you have to go like really seek it out on something like Fragrantica. And it is, I would never just, even if I did love it, I would want to do my research and say, do your research and go smell this first. It's not a safe blind buy at all. Go smell this first. If you love it, awesome, get it. If you hate it, you save some money. So this is number 4, easy number 4, dead last for me personally. Don't hate me. It's just not for me. Okay, coming in at number 3, the one that I think is it's lovely, smells good, but it is nothing new or exciting, is the Forever Mood by Jackie Aina, Hard to Get. Now, I did get this in Skeeper's PR, so not directly from Forever Mood, just wanna quantify that. And I think this is lovely. It's lovely, it smells good. It really does. It smells like a lemon bar dessert, basically. But I have several other fragrances that smell like this, like almost identical. So one of those is Xerjoff's Cosmetics Lyra. More expensive fragrance. So, you know, if you were into niche and you want something kind of keepsake-like and just you want the bottle and you want the whole experience, and you love the scent profile, I would recommend it, but that's more expensive. So very similar though to that one. But then it also smells very similar to Dolce & Gabbana Devotion. And there's still a price difference here. This is still a little bit cheaper than that, although now I see that on discount sites quite often. So you might be able to get a better deal sometimes on Devotion than this one. And the other one that's very inexpensive is the Le Monde Gourmand Meringue Magique. That one is so close to this one too, only instead of it having like a lemon, it has kind of a orange citrusy note to it. So the only notes that they list in here is a citron zest, a sheared jasmine, and a whipped vanilla. So in essence, it really smells like a lemon bar. It's a very easy fragrance to wear, a very light, fluffy lemon vanilla. Not a very tangy lemon, a very soft fluff of a vanilla lemon, like almost like a lemon vanilla cookie. And again, I think it's very, very pretty. It's just right there though, I listed 3 off the bat that I already own, that I was like, I have this 3 times over. So I think with this one, I still recommend it to people if you really like the bottle, if you're someone that goes based on, you know, packaging, if you like the bottle, if you don't own the other ones, or if the other ones are just out of your price range, or if you want something, you know, like the Le Monde Gourmand bottles I really like, but they are very simple. So if you want something just a little bit more elevated than that, but you don't want to pay for the higher end ones, then I do think that this is worth it. Just for me, it wasn't that exciting. I couldn't rank it higher, you know, because it's nothing new. All right, coming in at number 2, this is the one that exceeded my expectations. I like it a lot more than I thought that I would. And that is the Valentino Born in Roma Green Extravaganza. Now, this is a little dabber, and I actually got this. I wish Sephora would do this even more than they do, but I got this free with my purchase, and I was so happy because I've been really curious about this. I am someone who is a little hard on designer fragrances. Many of them are just not my cup of tea, or I've outgrown a lot of them. When I do really like one, I will really praise it because it's just not the norm for me. Like, I love niche. I love to find unique, affordable fragrances. I like little bitty fragrance houses. And I just think that their fragrances are more inspired and unique. Typically, I think designer, a lot of times you're just paying for the packaging, just like with makeup. It's not any better. It may even be worse, but you're just paying for the packaging. That's usually my mindset. I do own several designer fragrances though, and I will admit when they're good. I love Born in Roma Coral Fantasy. That is one of my favorite designer fragrances. So, and I do like the original as well. So I was like, you know what? I really want to try that. I knew already that this was a green vanilla tea fragrance. And with tea fragrances, I can really love them, like Nest Indigo. It's one of my absolute favorite fragrances in my collection. Or I can kind of just like, I like them, but I don't love them. And so knowing this was going to be kind of green, it was going to have some jasmine and vanilla, which are notes that I see quite often. I just didn't know if this would be my cup of tea, because it's tea, or not. And I'm happy to say that I really love this, and I loved it more and more as it dried down. So even straight out the gate, I was like, all right, I like this. It was a little bit, I don't want to say pungent, it's not the right word, just a little bit harsh in the beginning because it is a dabber. Dabbers are not my favorite because you're just not getting a soft, even spray. You're getting a highly concentrated, like alcohol, like right on your skin. So I liked it, but I was like, you know, let's let it settle down some. Once it did, I kept going back and smelling it over and over again. The vanilla really starts to develop. It kind of chills out, you know, that greenness kind of mellows out a little bit. It's still there. The tea, the green is still there, but it's very elegant, very pretty. If you're someone who green and tea before was just like a little too herbal for you, maybe a little too earthy, I definitely still recommend this because it is very wearable, very pretty. The vanilla really softens things. And it was funny because I had the Kayali on like here, and then I had dabbed this just kind of on my hand. And I kept thinking, oh my gosh, have I misjudged? Do I love the Kayali? Because I kept catching a whiff of something I loved. And then I would smell my hand. I was like, oh no, it's this. It's definitely not the Kayali. It is this right here. So I honestly think this is full bottle worthy for me. I will, in the future, be looking for a good deal to buy this full size. It's still fairly new, so I haven't seen it discounted much, and I'm hoping maybe Joma shop eventually will get it discounted, Fragrance Net, something like that. But I love the flankers of the Born in Roma. I think it's one of the best, if not my favorite, of designer. And I was just very pleasantly surprised with this. And the green color is it's just yummy. So yeah, this one was definitely my one that surprised me and that I love. And coming in at my number 1, the one that I just love the most out of all of these, didn't fail me, so happy, is the Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar. I was going to be shocked absolutely shocked if I didn't love this. So let me go ahead and read you the notes. We have coconut water, pineapple, palm leaf, frangipani, wild jasmine, lily of the valley, vanilla, driftwood, amberwood, and moss. I'm a summer girl. I mean, look, do I not look like I belong in Miami right now? Like Miami Housewives. This just me. It's just me. I feel like this fragrance is me in a bottle because it is summer. It is sunshine. It is easy breezy. It's not too complicated. It is just so bright and juicy and fun and makes me happy, and it makes me feel alive, and I love it so much. Now, is it the most complicated, nuanced, like sit there and think about it all day and think, what am I smelling? Does it take me on a whole journey where, you know, it starts out one way and then, you know, maybe it's cozy and then it ends up like really vibrant and then it goes into smoothed out vanilla? No, it's not a journey like that. It is juicy, fun summer. That is what this is. And right now at this moment, beginning of May, that's what I'm craving. That's what makes me happy. And I just love it. And I absolutely want a full size of this so much. Ellis Brooklyn for me has been one of those that I kind of either love, like Opera has been my favorite before this one. Totally other end of the spectrum. That one is a cold weather fragrance. It's piney. It feels like you're on the top of a mountain. This one, dead of summer. You really get the juicy pineapple in this, and that's what I was hoping. Sometimes pineapple for me is hard for me to pick out in a fragrance. Now this does remind me a lot of something else. It reminds me of Sugarful Sunshine. A lot of people know Sugarful, the original, the pink bottle that is just like an absolute sugar bomb. But the other flankers I really like, actually way better than the original. And one is Sunshine, it's yellow, and it is just a sugary pineapple fragrance. I don't even get a ton of coconut from that one. This one's very similar in that the pineapple shines in here, but there is some like aquatic notes to this. That driftwood has like a little bit of that just like earthy, beachy feel to it. The coconut water is toned down in this. So I always, you know, qualify for my coconut haters that this is, I get pineapple way before I get coconut. So I do think maybe if you hate coconut, don't blind buy this still. Maybe go smell it, but you might be surprised that you really like it. If you like beachy, if you like easy breezy, if you like those type of fruits, pineapple, coconut, this is your girl. Like, this is your summer fragrance. It does not have that sunscreeny feel, you know, that some people don't like. I happen to kind of like that, but this doesn't have the sunscreen thing. This is just like summer fruits, a little bit aquatic, very juicy, very fresh. It's a freshie. It's definitely a freshie, and it's a perfect by the pool beach fragrance. Love it so much. Did not let me down. It just makes me happy. Again, not the most complicated fragrance. I didn't want it to be. I just wanted a fun summer fragrance that I could just reach for all summer long. And that is Ellis Brooklyn Miami Nectar. That is it, you guys. That, I hope you stuck around. I know I waxed on a lot in the beginning, but I had a lot to say about the Kayali. Again, I just want to reiterate that if you love any of these, hate any of these, it's completely fine. I just feel like one reason why these videos are so important is there's a lot of FOMO in the world. You know, I feel it. Certainly, I've got a big collection. I still feel FOMO a lot whenever I see all these people have all these fragrances and everyone says that's amazing. Well, not everyone thinks everything's amazing. And I personally do not think the Kayali is amazing. So if you feel left out, maybe I'm saving you from smelling like a baby butt poop diaper. And then, you know, if you're someone that isn't happy to. If that's someone that the poop doesn't come out for you, what? You guys know what I'm trying to say. If you don't get the poop note out of it and you love it, I love that for you. I better wrap up this video because now I'm just getting silly. I think the fumes are getting to me. But thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Keep it kind. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.